Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be working on my family recipe junk journal for my daughter. This is going to be the third video to this series. This is not a tutorial, it is just kind of like a come hang out with me while I junk journal. I always like doing these just because I haul so many items in my haul videos for my junk journaling. And so I wanted to make sure to have videos here for people that come to my channel for that specific reason. And also, if you're not familiar with junk journaling and you come to my videos to watch my walkthroughs and my hauls for different items, and you were wondering what junk journaling is, I thought that doing these would be kind of cool to kind of open up the world of junk journaling for you. I have truly just fallen in love with junk journaling. It is so relaxing. If you are the type that likes to keep memories and things like that, this is such a wonderful way to do it. Also, it sounds silly, but it is kind of like an ASMR type thing. You have a lot of noises, you have a lot of textures in it, and I don't know, it just is really, really fun to make. Not only is it fun, but it's really relaxing. This is what I do at the end of the day. If I have a little bit of time, I like to just sit down and play around with my junk journals that I have going. Right now, I actually am working on 3 different junk journals. 2 of them you will be seeing on this video, and then, or I'm sorry, not on this video, you guys, on this channel. And one of them I'm just doing on my own, but I will do a flip through when I am finished with it so that you guys can see what I've done. So right here, I'm just going through the book and I'm distressing all of the pages. I like to kind of do my junk journals in steps, and so that's the step I'm on right now. I think I shared a little bit of me doing a little bit of the distressing in one of my other videos. I may not have, but this is the end of this book, so I'm kind of getting close to the end of having to distress everything. Now, I do miss some stuff sometimes, so you will see in my videos that I do have to distress some stuff that I kind of skipped over on accident. But again, I love junk journaling. I love everything about it. Now, using the distress inks, you may be wondering, if you're new to junk journaling, why we use it. And for me, I just love the way it looks, and I love how it makes it look old. I love everything old, you guys. I love antiques. I love vintage items. I really have always loved history and things behind places and people and items. I don't know, something about it I just really have loved. So, and that goes back to when I was a kid. I've always saved things. I've always been a very emotional person that's kind of like attached to specific things and memories. So, having somewhere where you can put down those items and those thoughts at that time. Maybe if you have pictures you can add to your junk journals. I just love that. So that is why I'm making this particular junk journal as well, because I lost my mother-in-law and it's been really hard. And one of the things I wish that I had from her was handwritten recipes of some of the foods that she used to make for us. And she was a big part of my life. I met her when I was 15. No, I was 16. I'm sorry, I was 16. And now I'm 42. And so she was in my life for a very long time, and she was really like a second mother to me. She took care of me. She gave me really great advice sometimes. We hung out, we crafted together, we went shopping together. Like, she truly was such a special person. And so, not having those recipes that we would make together, I really wish that I took the time and maybe asked her to write them down. Or I could have written them down while we were making it, because, food kind of brings you together. No matter where you're from, who you are, like, if you sit down and you eat, everybody enjoys eating. I mean, for the most part, I would think. And so I think food kind of brings you together. And so I thought making this for my daughter would be a great way to kind of share a little piece of the past from my mom, from my dad, my great grandparents, my grandparents, my sister-in-law. So all the people that used to cook for myself, for my parents. And then now, myself and my sister and my sister-in-law and stuff, people that cook for my kids. So if that makes sense. So she's going to have somewhere to go to find all of those recipes that she's remembered eating with us and that we've remembered eating. So just kind of passing that through the family, I think is going to be a great opportunity to kind of pass on those traditional type things. And I'm also going to be making one for my son, but you won't see that here. So I just kind of wanted to touch base with you guys and kind of tell you what this junk journal is about and what junk journaling is about and why it's important to me and why I am specifically making this junk journal. So now I'm going to be moving on to gluing all of my pockets and some of the belly bands and envelopes and things like that into the junk journal. So that is my next step. After distressing, I like to add all of those pockets to the junk journal. Now keep in mind, if you are going to be using your sewing machine, you probably want to do that before you even sew in the signatures because it will be really hard. I don't even know if it's possible if you could sew in the pockets and lace and stuff like that directly into your junk journal after you've assembled it. Now, if you've missed my 2 other videos on making this junk journal and you want to watch it, I will have them down below in my description box. That way you can just click on the link and it'll bring you right over to the videos, just in case you want to watch them in order and kind of see how I laid this out and what I do for each step. Now for this envelope, I was going to leave the top open to where I can have a tuck spot behind the envelope, but I decided with the seed pack being above it that it might be a little hard to fit things and it would have covered the little seed pocket, and I really wanted to kind of show that off. I really love that. I thought using the herb in this junk journal would be really cool. So I just end up sealing this whole envelope, and she can use it for a tuck spot inside the actual envelope. But with the seed pocket, I did actually leave the top open, so I did not glue the top part down. So she'll have the actual pocket inside, and then she'll have a tuck spot behind it. So I am going to end up putting items throughout this junk journal and recipes, but I also want to make sure to leave space for her to add things as she grows up and finds her own recipes and, you know, her spouse's recipes and his family's recipes to add to this. So it'll be something that she can continually add to. Now with this one here, I did just glue the bottom and the side. I left the top open so that it could be a corner loading pocket. And this is just a cookbook that I stenciled in. So I thought that that would be a fun little touch. Now, while I was decorating this page and figuring out what I wanted for each page, like as far as pockets and things like that, on some of them you will see that I used some trim, but not on all. And I will definitely be adding more trim, more lace, more like frilly, pretty items to these pages as I continue on. But when I envisioned this page and using the little doily and using the doily bag, I envisioned having a little ribbon on the edge, and that's why I'm doing it as I'm going. But you will see later on that I add so much more to this junk journal, and you will see definitely more trim and ribbon. Now with this mesh belly band, I actually got that ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and it is wired, so it has 2 wires on both edges. But I wanted to put this little fussy cut of the flour bag or flour sack on the center of this, but I wanted to make sure that it wouldn't glue down to the actual page. So I'm kind of just putting my hand behind it and pressing to kind of get some of that glue to dry, and then that way this can be used as a belly band. Now, if you guys are at all interested in seeing my recipe junk journal kit, I have it on my eBay store, and I'll have that linked down below as well. So you can see that I have some kits that are very similar to this book that I'm using today. It has a lot of the items in it, not the full amount of stuff that I use. Like I added some tea dye papers to my book. You know, it doesn't come with the cover. And I did add some of my envelopes and things like that that I use on all of my junk journals that you won't find in the kit. But I have a pretty good picture showing what is actually in the kit that you would be receiving. Now I have some that are really large kits that are the full kits that have over 300 items. And then I have a smaller kit that has about half of that. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys check out my description down below to my eBay shop. So as you guys can see, I just continue through this book with all of the gluing. Now I did not do a full video of me just gluing items down because I knew it would get really boring. So I just kind of sped it up for you guys to see some of the pages that I'm doing. I will definitely do a flip through of the book so you can see what the pockets look like and where I placed them and stuff like that. But here you will see me cutting these papers here, and these are actually recipes passed down from generations throughout my family. I mean, going all the way back to the 1800s. I did include these in my junk journal kits because I thought that they were pretty fun. Nice to just place in your junk journals. You can use them as signatures. You could cut them and use them as backing. And I just thought that they would be really nice to use. So I am going to be adding these into my daughter's junk journal now as time goes on and she decides not to use these. You know, she doesn't make these recipes. She can always pull them out of her book as she adds new pages of recipes in there that she creates. So that's what you're going to see me doing here, is just cutting everything out that I will be trying to place in the pockets, because that is the next step for my journal, is finding items to stick into the pockets, into the envelopes, into the tuck spots. All of the recipes that are, you know, in my kit, all cut out and ready to go. And I've pulled out the pouch that has all of like my decorative papers. I have some recipe cards that I'll be filling out, copies of some cool vintage 800s books that belong to my dad. These here, they're really cool. I made copies of them because I couldn't use his book, but those are in the kits too. I just have a bunch of stuff in here to use to kind of decorate the pages with and to fill pockets and pouches and envelopes. And so I have some food stamps, this little dictionary card on chestnut, this plain card on soy. I just have this vintage plain card with the number 8 and hearts on it, a don't forget list, a review list, just some cute vintage notebook papers, a groceries paper here, a dyed index or flashcard. I have some red labels that I thought would be cool to use. I have these cool little restaurant vouchers that I thought would be kind of fun to put into envelopes and pockets. And then I have these little newspaper clippings that I thought would be really fun. This little receipt, an invoice. I have some flashcards with multiplication and addition, 2 guest check cards, and then this really cool like label sheet for recipe, use by, ingredients, and directions. I thought that would be kind of fun. And then I didn't really share this, but this is the old book. It's a granite iron cookware cookbook. So I just made copies of these pages from it. Then it has a little bit of like recipes. And then I had to do these because they're old school granite iron kitchen goods. So we have like all these little like teapot or kettles. And we have different pots and more pots. And then I have some of my recipe cards here. And this one here. And then what else do I have? I have just some random stuff like a pack of stickers, or I'm sorry, a sheet of stickers that are all different, come in each pack. This I made, it's a tag, so I'll use that as filler. This I'm not sure if I'm gonna use. I just made this for fun like months ago, and I may be able to fit that in somewhere. And then this is all my fussy cuts. So I thought that these would be fun because it's places where you can journal or you can write recipes in. But these are going to be fun to fill into envelopes and pockets, and they are writing spots, and then or journaling spaces. And then I have like this one that you can open and write something in or glue something in. I have the cooking utensils that I thought would be really fun. And then I just have some, you know, like decorative fussy cuts that I can use throughout when I start decorating. There's like, I mean, there's a huge amount of those. That was time consuming cutting all of those out, but it was worth it because they are really cute. And I'm hoping they look great when I decorate the pages. So I have these. I'm going to keep these separate from these ones because these are mainly like to decorate the pages with, I feel like. So I'm just going to put everything that I can use for the pockets and stuff in a pile. And then this can actually go into some of these even. Or something on the empty pages maybe. Maybe I'll keep that with this side. There are a couple things I know that I think it's just my stamps that I'm going to use as decorative pieces that I'm going to move aside with more of the fussy cut items and the items that are more for decorative purposes, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. So these will go with that type of stuff. These are for my pocket fillers. This will go in here. I don't need the little, now I did send some of the packets in the journal kit, so you will get these little things that hold your stuff. All right, now I do not have my recipes printed out or written out, and I don't have my sister's and my mom's recipes or my sister-in-law's recipes, so I stuck this in there, but that I'm just gonna play around with. So I think I just want something maybe, because recipes are gonna go into this as well. I wonder if I could put any of these. I may have to fold these because some of them are too wide, like this one. We're just gonna fold this, and then I'm going to age the stuff as we go as well. To let you guys know, this, whenever I do videos like this, when I'm junk journaling, I want you to know up front that this is not a tutorial at all. This is more just like a hangout video, you know, just so that you guys hang out while I junk journal. And for those of you who like watching my channel for like the craft hauls and stuff like that, I really wanted you guys to see like what I do with the things I buy, that I'm not just buying stuff, you know, for the heck of it. I actually use it. So I thought it'd be fun, and I've had requests to do some videos like this. So, and if you have no idea what junk journaling is, and this is like the first video that you're watching having to do a junk journal, I hope that you are enjoying it and that it's catching your interest, because it is so relaxing to junk journal. I love it. It is like my new favorite thing. My little dauber is literally falling apart as I'm doing this. But I know I like watching journaling videos for just ideas, inspiration. Like I'll watch someone make something and then it'll give me an idea of something that I can make. And it's not even specifically exactly how they're doing it. It just kind of gives me different ideas of what I can create. So that is the reason why I'm doing these videos. So when you see the videos, they're not going to be in like a specific order. I'm not going to have it really organized. It's literally just you guys coming along for the fun of it. Okay, so some of the videos might be long, and I'm hoping you guys just enjoy them. So for instance, these little pockets here, I feel like my desk is so small. Okay, so this is a tiny little envelope and this is a tiny little pocket. So I'm going to use little things that I can just tuck away in these little tuck spots, because I think that they will be really cute and fun for her just to play around with, and just have, you know, different little places where she can put stuff or pull stuff out. Maybe she writes her own little recipe or notes on specific things that she cooks, or maybe she has like a cheat sheet measuring thing. So yeah, my daughter loves cooking and she loves baking, so I hope she really enjoys this. Maybe those two things together. I mean, these cards are in perfect shape because these were my grandparents' cards, I believe. And they were all new. So I have so many of them. And they came in several different packs. So we won't do another one of those. I want something long here, so, and it has to be narrow enough. Those are short. I'm thinking maybe these. Let's see which one I like. Let's try these different things. So that one's way too tall. That is adorable. I'm worried that's gonna get ruined though. I wonder if I should back it on a flashcard. Maybe. Oh, maybe I could do it this way and she could write something there. I have scissors that cut like this, but I'm afraid it won't match up. So I may just glue this down and then cut around the frame of it like that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. Smile. What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.
so here you guys will see me just looking through these PDFs that I printed out. I basically printed them out for note taking, maybe if she wanted to add a small recipe or something I'm going to write to her, maybe a little note and just stick it inside of her junk journal. But I printed out several different ones, so I am just going to cut some of these up and put them with the stash of things that I will be adding to her junk journal. But that is it, you guys. That's it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. So be safe, be blessed. Bye, you guys.